Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Barnops, and welcome back to Shadow over Loathing. Well, last time we defeated the Gator Man who was in charge of this facility, found a optional boss who is seemingly very difficult to defeat, and found Charles, who we are about to unleash. I think you found the key? I think so. It's kind of weird though. Yeah, I don't like the looks of that at all. I'll bet dollars to donuts that's the artifact we're looking for. It couldn't possibly be the key to this random Gatorman cage in the middle of nowhere then, could it? Hold on. Ugh, stupid sneeze. Alright, well it might be some kind of key-related powers. Normally I'd advise against using it, but I don't see any other way out of this mess. Okay, here goes. Lock the cage. The key shifts unpleasantly in your hand, buzzing and clicking through a jerky slideshow of shapes, as though searching for the particular slice of a higher dimensional object that will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand and twists, and the lock clicks open. Your hand feels numb. Thanks, Bright-Ups. Thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Don't mention it, Charles. Let's just get the heck out of this dump. With no further cause to stick around, apart from any unfinished side quests you might have, but you can always come back for them later, you escort Charles back to town. Bright-Ups, you found the cursed artifact and brought Charles back home safely. I can't express how grateful I am. I don't know what we'd do without him. Thank you so much. It wasn't nothing, but you know. Yeah, I get it. Don't forget to uncurse that thing before you go to bed. This key seems like it has the power to open any lock. That could be extremely useful. Would it really be all that bad if I didn't uncurse it? Well, I'm not going to drag you into the machine and force you to do it, but yes, I don't actually know what would happen if you don't uncurse it. But I assume it would be pretty bad. Look, you uncursed all the other things, right? Yes. Great, so go ahead and uncurse this one too, okay? Better safe than sorry. Alright. Oh, we got a message. You check the message pad. Next to the phone, there's a note from Don T with the phone number. You dial the number. Don Tolbarone speaking. Don? That was unusually concise. Are you feeling okay? The boss is mad about our telephone bill. I have been encouraged to keep this brief. I see. Well, what's the job? Greasy Steve will have the details for you. Okay. Thanks again for the rescue, Bright-Ups. I've been corned beef hash with a side of eggs if you hadn't shown up. Oh, it was nothing, Charles. I basically just followed your wrenches. Here's your wrenches back, by the way. Nice. Knew these babies would come in handy for something someday. Don't you use them for, like, wrenching? Well, the 7/8ths, yeah. The 256th? Not so much. Gotcha. Anything I can help you with? Got any illegal booze? Just so happens I do. Would you like some? Yes, please. Charles produced a case of booze from under his desk and hands it to you with a wink. Purely for medicinal purposes, of course. A crate of rum. Anything else? Do you have bandages? Did Murray leave a crate of antique bandages in the back somewhere? Yep, say, how did you know that? It's a long story. Actually, it's a pretty short story, but it's one that makes me sound insane. Can I have them? Sure thing. Wait, you already have the crate there, right there. This is a different crate. Well, actually, it's the same crate, but it's a different same crate. You're right, you do sound insane. Hang on a sec. Clearly you can't carry around two of the same crate. They might explode or something. And anyway, lugging around one big old wooden crate is enough of a hassle, let alone two. You open the crate, rummage around inside it until you found all the bandages that still look usable, and chuck the rest into a trash bin in the alley. You got antique bandages. They don't make these things like they used to, probably because it turned out they're like 75% poison. Okay, now can I have the crate? The bandages from the back? Sure. He goes in the back and returns with an identical old wooden crate and a determined not to ask sort of expression. Thanks, Charles. Don't mention it. Anything I can help you with? Not right now. Let's see, it's two of the frat guys you had out earlier. The guy who was looking for mosquito chips and the one who lost his jacket. Ah, heck yeah, bro. If you got problems being the cold, chewing is the hobby for you. Wait, did I say hobby? I meant lifestyle. Standing next to a warm, comforting fire does sound pretty good. Right, bro? Plus, while you're standing there, you can be queuing up some burgers or weenies or whatever. It's win-win. Gosh, you bask in the warm glow of their conversation. What's shaking, Dan? I am, baby. I am. Here's your cut of the profits. Found this case of whiskey. Good deal. I'll add this to the menu right away. Found this case of rum. A little bit of island nectar, eh? I found this case of bass oil. I don't think people are going to like this very much, but you're the boss. Order a drink. Let's see. Absinthe, whiskey. Ah. Yeah, we'll buy that. With some cola and an olive. Yep, thank you. Let's have a talk to him. Turns his head towards you. Buy him a drink. A few moments and a few sips, he clears his throat and speaks. Beneath the roaring crowd, a subtle flavor lurks. Okay. Let's see. Molly is dancing with surprising vigor. Hey Molly, having fun? And how? This place is the Weasel's wristwatch. Don't take any wooden meat sacks. These people are obviously on a 4th date and you shouldn't bother them. Let's see. Man, this building looks pretty solid. Maybe it's just the people running it that were condemned. Okay, we need to find... Need some help with lyrics today, Tex? Surely do. Here's what I have from the second verse of My niece was stolen for her crimes. Arson, murder, and bad times. Here are the wordsmith. Let me jot that down real quick. Hey, how long is this song, Tex? Why, we're finished. You are? Let me read it back to you. Oh, somebody stole my niece. I reckon it was the police. My niece was stolen for her crimes. Arson, murder, and bad times. I like it. Really? I think it's just terrible. What some fellas think is a failure, I think of as steps. Steps to becoming a better and better artist. Heck, a better person. So thank you, sir. Thank you kindly from the bottom of my heart for helping me become a better person today. Tex kisses you on both cheeks. You're welcome, Tex. What have you got for sale? Okay. What was on my to-do list? Uncurse the key. Side quests. Alright, gotta talk to Greasy Steve. Wants me to the 11 radios. You've tested 3 so far. Let's see, paint 3 dirty fences. You've painted 2 so far. Okay, so first things first. Might as well start here. You seem to have taken a wrong turn somewhere, unless you're trying to get to a subterranean maintenance corridor filled with steam pipes. Maybe you were, considering it's Citadel. You sit around and start to head back, but a homemade, well, Crassloom-made, probably, maintenance robot trundles into view and turns a valve wheel. Hot steam shoots out of a nearby pipe, blocking your exit. Hey robot, turn that steam off. Beep boop. Well, fine, I'll do it my beep beep. Ah, come on. Walk through the steam. Let's see, a whole lot of pain, or just we got the hot armor? Grumbling, you walk through the hot steam to get out of the tunnel. Since you're pretty well protected, it doesn't hurt, but now you're all moist and damp and gross. Maybe you should have just scrapped the dumb robot after all. Stupid robot. The wooden statue with a metal diving helmet for a head. Tear it off. Hey, this is actually really a real diving helmet. Good instincts. Lets you breathe underwater, presumably. Interesting. Let's see. I need to work with him about something. Greasy Steve is too busy eating to nod, so he winks at you instead. Greasy Steve swallows and drags the sleeve across his mouth. Hey kid, good to see you. Have a french fry. They have fries here? I didn't see that on the menu. I brought my own from home. I'll pass, thanks. What's the job? The boss has decided we need to send a message to Congressman Chitney. You familiar? Sure, a message is when information is conveyed from one person to another. I met with the congressman. Never met him. His son Chadley is a student here. Lives at one of the frat houses, Zeta Omega Omicron. I know the place, so you're gonna make young chap sleep with the fishes. Son Chad sleep with the fishes. Whoa, I didn't sign up for... Greasy Steve hands you a large sack of rotting fish. This thing is dripping with every different kind of fish fluid. Why didn't they have put it on something that didn't leak? Oh, well, I didn't sign up for this either. Look, all you gotta do is get into the kids' room. It's a lead pipe cinch. I don't know what that means, but okay. I guess. Let's see, which one was... As you walk across campus, a head pops out of a storm drain. Haven't seen you around before. Around the sewer? That's strange. I spent a fair amount of time in them. Are you familiar with the greatest hoax ever perpetuated on the student body of the world? No, do tell. Buy new textbooks. It's a scam. There's no reason to buy a textbook new. Spare your wallet and spoil yourself, my friend. Buy your textbooks used. May I tempt you? Yeah, sure. That's still very expensive. Let's see if we can talk him down. Right, and they want you to buy it new. Sure, it's a deal. A great deal, and a great victory for free thinking. Don't ever buy your textbooks new, my friend, and don't let them ever make you think that you gotta. You spend your mate? He drops back down into the sewer just as a campus security guard turns the corner on a bicycle. See, advanced collision physics. Grants a melee damage perk. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Alright, open it. We can get in here. Awesome. We'll just close that. You don't trust any organization that stockpiles this much margarine. Well, we can... Also, manhole. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see, scrap of metal and... The Fishman Church. You devise some smoke satisfaction from recognize these mushrooms as luminescent. I don't know how to pronounce that. The Fishman Church. These fishmen are acting kind of strange. Well, stranger than usual. Well, as far as you can tell, given your limited experience with fishman behavior patterns. Maybe it has something to do with that weird altar over there. Yeah, sure, let's find them. Alright. Oh, angler fishman. Interesting. Well, 2 of them are down. So, yay. Alright, quick. Let's do some stench damage. To you. And frost. Well, there goes Clarence, but no one really cared for Clarence, so... And down goes the shadowy triangle. You won. That's one triangle that won't be bothering you any more, fishermen. A profane altar left over from some especially evil hazing rituals, presumably. Looks like there's something at the front of it. The font of it. I know in the font of... I mean in the font in front of it. A offering bowl full of jiggling, gliming fisherman eggs. Yeah. Yeah, we'll grab them. Why not? Fuse box. Oh. The fuse box has been stuffed full of celery. A shelf of miscellaneous basement junk. Junk mail and fuse. Let's see. We could make some stuff, but maybe another time. This drum is full of smells like Varmoth. Yep, it's Varmoth and you're keeping it. Take to the speakeasy. Okay, we've looted the basement. Let's see, upstairs. Fighting. Ah, yes, Chutney. You sneak into Chad's room and dump the rotting fish onto his bed. After tonight's inevitable rage, he'll straggle back to his room and pass out without even noticing them. The perfect crime. Bada boom. And let's see. Into the bathroom. This is either a special toilet with a really tall guy named Art, or a toilet hung by a genius. This is just a pile of toilet shards. This toilet still works, but its spirit is broken. Good lord. Actually, hang on. Stay here. We're going to move to the next one. Actually, wait, no. Wait, what am I... I'm an idiot. Use his gadget. You turn the radio to WGCR and hold his gadget to it. The thing clicks a few times and the little needle on it goes up to 4. Then you restore the radio the way you found it, making your mama proud. Let's see if we can find any more radios while we're in the region. We'll keep the current one. Ah, the final picket fence you need to paint it. Oh, yeah? Swell work. Oh, wait. That didn't catch it, but oh well. See, I don't think there was a radio in here, but you never know. And almost got hit by a car. As one is wont to do. Loud crashing sounds and yelling from a nearby classroom attract your attention and curiosity. You cautiously poke your head in the door and then quickly poke it back out, and again to dodge a handful of bolts thrown by an angry robot. Several students are cowering behind overturned desks, and you crawl back there to join them as the two robots wildly throw junk everywhere. What the heck is going on in here? Well, we were wondering if robots could be programmed to have a sense of team spirit, so we split into two teams and made these tennis ball throwing robots and then set them to dislike each other. It seems to have worked. Let's see, I don't know, perhaps yeah, a little too well. We should have taught them sportsmanship first. The students explain where the robot's shut-off switches are, and you duck, dodge, and dive through a swarm of hurled debris, eventually managing to shut them down with only minor bruises. Whew, thanks a lot. Gets us back to the drawing board. Baby, just stick to drawing, actually. Continue on the way. Let's see, I don't think there was... Yeah, there wasn't really a radio here. Oh well. Back to fusion chips. An sit student wearing a bulky overcoat flags you down as you cross the street. Honoy! Hello. Do you find yourself in need of a fuse this day? Yes. You start to lie to the guy, but then you open your mouth and a fuse flies out. He narrows his eyes at you and walk away. Continue to where you were going. You sit down across from him. So how'd it go, kid? You got some news for me? Yeah, the kid's bed is full of fish. It was a lead pipe cinch, like you said. I still don't know what that means, though. Nobody does. That's what makes it a great turn of phrase. Anyway, nice job, kid. Now Congressman Chutney will really know who he's dealing with. He sure will. With a briefcase full of meat. Thank you. Okay. Well, we're gonna go back to the big moist one last time. See what's happening over here. The swamp really stinks. Barf, barf. Is there a scientific reason for that? Well, yeah, I mean, there's a scientific explanation for everything. That's what science is. Chemistry isn't my specialty, but I think basically it's because decaying plant matter produces methane, and that mixes with sulfur in the mud, resulting in fismal smellification. That's thermal though, right? Could you use it to power your robot or something? I don't want my robot to smell like egg farts, but here, if you want to experiment when I'm not around, I'll boil some for you. Okay. Bill's treehouse. Oh, that's... nah. Well, that... Huh, well now that's funny. Earlier that wasn't an old, bushy-bearded man in the treehouse, but now there is. Not ha-ha funny, perhaps, but ha-ha. Harp, huh? Hey, mister, it's me, Will Hunter. It worked, you lifted the curse with nothing more than some paint and a brush. Are you alright? Alright, look at me, I can wiggle my toes and waggle my nose. I've got bones in my hips and blood on my lips. I'm a boy again, I got the old flesh back, mister. Tain't never been better. That's great, Will. The only thing is I still got tree sap coming out when I sneeze, but that's a different curse. Can I help with that one? Nah, the thing is, that curse can only be lifted with the power of imagination, which as an adult you've lost. Why are you old? Old? Will Hunter? Old? Ha ha, I'll tell you what, mister, you're only as old as you feel. How old do you feel? Early 70s. Will pulls his gaunt stomach. Suppose I have packed on the years. Kept on growing up while I was in that tree. Some ways I was probably better off staying a tree, cause then I could have lived just about forever. But nah, I gotta be human. How else would I do my mischief? What mischief? Various mischiefs. Could you give me an example? May have skipped out on Sunday school once or twice. Anything else? Stole a horse station? Never heard of a horse station? 'Cause they ain't there no more. What will you do now? It's been a while, but I seem to remember that on the day I was supposed to whitewash that fence and instead went trout fishing, I was also due down the courthouse to have a man wrongly accused of murder. How long ago was this? July. What year? Well, let's say 1876. It's 1928. Yikes, reckon I shouldn't stop for breakfast then. Let's hope no trout distract you on the way. Why, you heard about some? Make like a tree and take your leave. Well, I'd better be off. Hold on now. You got me out of the tree, sir, and Will Hunter won't let that go unrewarded. That's not necessary. Nah, I want you to have this. It's my greatest treasure. The shiniest thing Will Hunter got. A sure enough crystal. Let's see. Not so shiny marble. Why, with this big old marble, you'd be the envy of every 19th century boy. Although even an undiscerning boy would probably hold out for something a little shinier than this. What's this? Why, that's a bona fide marble, mister. You can play with it, keep it in your pocket, or put it in your mouth to talk worse. Make like a tree. Let's talk to him some more. Okay, yeah, I get... Okay. Well, with that taken care of... Back to Ocean City. We can check out some newspaper stuff. Why not? Let's see. Hey. Oh, we got a new one. We find something interesting. Died. Largest mouth lake. Bass fish large. Huh. Some eulogy. Nope. Nope. Here we go, new one. The month's papers tell of the McHilton murder trial, which ended in a mistrial when the star witness was metamorphosized into a tree. the third such incident that year. Mr. McHult-Haddington praised the outcome as a victory for the rule of law and forestation. Oh, we got a new one. Today saw the grand opening of a new bank concerning Securibris Building and Loan. Residents of Ocean City watched in appalled disgust as, during the opening ceremony, the maximum security vault door was installed backwards, sealing inside their savings and valuables for eternity. The bank's chairman reassured worried customers the mistake would not affect operations. What happened next? 10 minutes later, the bank was closed permanently. Banks, you can't trust them. Okay, which one's this one? To commemorate Editor-in-Chief Grover Burgess' birthday, the August 5th, 1992 edition of the paper was printed entirely on meat. It's awfully generous of him and explains a fair amount of how this place went out of business. You pluck it out of the archives. Yeah, nothing new. Oh yes, we also have new thing. Found a drum of Varmouth. Yeah, baby, Varmouth's one of my favorite mouths. Varmouth's one of my favorite mouths. Oh yeah, there was this radio. Yep, we're up to 5. Message. Calling back. You dial the number. Salutary greeting. The person who has activated this telephonic mechanism and with whom you are now conversing is known as Don Tolbarone. I thought your boss said you had to keep it brief now. We devised and agreed upon an arrangement deemed satisfactory to both parties. Let me guess, you're paying the phone bill. Your guessing prowess is naturally effectual. That's what they tell me. You got another job? Once again, the particulars of this undertaking are being held in obscure and will be transmitted to you orally by our colleague who... Greasy Steve, got it. Bye. Yeah, let's play. Let's see. First move, the Ghost Knight attack. Yep, let's see. The sun was in my eyes. Jessica moves a pawn. The solid Knight King affair ruse. But he didn't see that's coming. Jessica frowns. Nice move. Jessica moves a pawn and captures one of your bishops. What's your move? The Scorched Bishop ploy. Take that. The sun was in my eyes. She advances one of her bishops. What do you do? The old greasy bishop defense. Ahoy! Beginner's luck. Jessica moves a rook and captures one of your knights. How do you respond? The Queen's toilet defense. Nice move. She advances one of her rooks. What do you do? The smelly rook ploy. Let's see. The sun was in my eyes. She advanced one of her knights. The burning rook ploy. Let's see. Take that. Jessica's eyes narrow. Nice move. Checkmate. Nicely done. Leave the table. We got an achievement for that. And apparently, actually, hang on before I plan to pick a fourth store. Right. The applicant is Advanced Pants. Don't say what they plan on selling, but I assume that it's pants. The second is Rudkin's Finer Jewelry. A jewelry store could really class up Old Punkerton Street. And the last applicant is Trudgeons and Bludgeons. This fellow is really excited about weaponry. Let's go with jewelry. Sounds fancy. Okay, I'll get him moved in and get the next storefront ready for applicants. Thanks, Charles. You sit out the bird bath Baba Yaraga gave you. Jasper happily slides over to it and starts splashing around. You set Filmberg's tiny workbench up on your desk. You find a hook on one of the ceiling beams and hang up your new refrigerator. You place the glowy orb thing on your knick-knack shelf. This fridge is fully stocked with terrible Gatorman beverages. Gatorman Cola. The only reason this isn't the worst beverage you can imagine is that you can imagine the same beverage except warm. Jasper is frowardly happy in the bird bath. Let's see. Sit for a while. Inherited stink. So he gained some extra stench armor. Let's see. There's the traditional 3-armed duel on the top shelf. Must have been left. Weird rocks in Church's yard. It's made it to the room. That's probably fine. The crystal gave you is twinkling away. A cool plasma orb from the Radio Shack is still crackling away on the shelf. Consider the orb. You gaze into the orb for a while. Orb gazer. Yes, yes, good. Ooh, he's a good tentacle buddy. Okay. Right, I'm an idiot. I am a fool. Foolish foolish fool. Well, there's something you don't see every day. A big hunch of raw meat hanging from a tree branch in the middle of a swamp. Or at least I don't see that every day. Maybe you spend more time in swamps than I do. Anyway, not wanting to let a perfect good hunch go to waste, you approach it, and with a cartoonish sprung, you and Simone found yourselves trapped in a big net hanging from the tree. Tear yourself loose. Fortunately, the net is rather shoddily constructed. It's just made of vines, and heck, if you're going to let some stupid vines get the better of you. After a short struggle, you manage to tear the net open, and you and Simon drop free and escape with the goods. Okay. Inventory. Hats. No. Diving helmet. Let's see, this box contains the exact right amount of air to make it float like this. Nature really is glorious. A sunken chest. What terrible secrets may it contain? Oh, it's a chest full of riches. Possibly cursed riches. Not that it's a possible curse is going to stop you from taking them, of course. Pile of silver bars. You're not sure if this is enough silver bars to count as a trove, but it's at least a heap. These sadly ruined books all have titles like Solved Mysteries and Exciting Tales of Non-Violent Crime. These tried goods have been forced by circumstance to no longer refer to themselves that way. Anything good? The only container that didn't spring a leak, or rather got a leak sprung into it, was this can of... I don't know how to pronounce that word. This creamy leek and potato soup is meant to be served cold because Vichy chefs are traditionally very lazy. It no longer matters whether this meat is hooked up to the water supply or not. Look inside. Somebody left a scarf in here. Clammy scarf. It's the second wettest scarf you've ever owned. If there was ever any evidence of the scarf being used to strangle somebody to death, it's all been thoroughly washed away. It's hard to tell how rusty these barrels were before the basement flooded, but it's not important that you know that. Whatever these barrels used to be full of, they're full of water now. Okay. Go to bed, unused key. Right, I need to talk to Greasy Steve again. Alright, we can probably change the hat. A friendly-looking fisherman sticks his head out of a nearby steam vent and tosses a bunch of wet stuff at you with a friendly gurgle. Okay. Thank you very much. What? You sit down. What's up with the grim look, Steve? Got a serious job for you this time, kid, and ain't gonna be easy. After those last two jobs, I could do with a challenge. That's the attitude that'll take you far, kid. Maybe right off a cliff, though. So what's the job? There's this vampire. A real mean SOB. That got one of our capos real steamed. Like, really steamed. As in, literally steamed the guy to death. What? It's one of those mist-type vampires, you know? But real hot. And I don't mean hot as in good-looking. I see, maybe. The fight was in the steam tunnels under Sit. We managed to seal the thing up in there, but somebody's got to go take care of it for good. And that's where I come in, huh? That's the long and short of it, kid. Here's the combination to the door, but don't go in there half-cocked. He hands you a folded slip of paper and a sack of rotting vegetables. How is these supposed to help? They're not. I just want you to throw them away for me. Or hell, keep them. I don't care. Swell. Okay. To Rufus's lab? You seem to have taken... Okay, we've been here before. It's the robot. Just walk through because... Well, we're not going to let simple... We are not going to let just simple bloody things affect us. Okay. The door has a combination lock on it. Use the combination he gave you. Steve's note says 1, 2, 3. Jeez, these guys. You dial in the code and the lock clicks open. Head inside. Let's see. This old disintegrating boiler is currently being powered by a bunch of burning garbage. The vampires seem to be enjoying the hot steam. Huh, if you could replace the water in the boiler with holy water, that would put a crimp in their fun, you'd only need about 100 gallons of it. Where am I going to get 100 gallons of holy water? Hey, don't ask me, I'm just suggesting things. Wait, aren't vampires also allergic to running water, even if it isn't holy? Does steam count as running water? Huh. Come back later. See, what's my... I need 15... I can't do that mysticism. Let's see, a group of nasty vampires enjoying the steam. Their boss leaves it malevolently. Let's talk. You seem like you got something to say. Me? I'm merely amused that these mob ruffians have sent a neophyte to clean up a mess which one of their own lieutenants could not. I will boil your blood like a sweet mulled wine, human, and my servants I will drink a toast to your demise. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was expecting. So we got a bunch of feral vampires and the steam one. The steam pyre. However, I don't think it's gonna help him too much. See, he's already lost. So, sorry, lost two of the ferals, and the main guy's dead. Zap away. And they're gone. You really took the steam out of those vampire's pipes. That's an idiom, right? Excellent. Oh, okay, we can fish in this thing. You got a handful of steam. Okay. Fish and chips. Fusion chips. Next to a trash can, you find a discarded houseplant with a little sign on it saying, "Free to a good home." It must have been here a while because the plant is obviously dead. Take a closer look. You reach for the plant to examine it. It startles you by belching out a cloud of spooky mist. The previous owner must have given it away because it was too scary, not because it was too hard to take care of. Alright. Kid, I honestly didn't expect to see you again. You got a real talent. Alright, it was nothing. Nah, don't you sell yourself short. You got a real future in the organization. That's probably the last job you're getting from me. You've dealt a fatal blow to the bloodsuckers in this territory, so if the boss has any more work for you, it'll be somewhere else. Good luck, kid. Thanks, Steve. See you around. Let's see if there's any further messages. Yes, there is. So he called Dante. Let's see. Oh god, I have no idea. Stick to English or I quit. Your resistance to international forms of communicating may prove to be a hindrance effect on you in the future. Our organization poses ambitions of operating worldwide wise. I'll jump up that bridge when I get to it. What do you need? An incomplex reacquisition. A team of our operatives transporting a shipment of alcohol through the local wetlands encountered difficulties and were compelled to abandon their submarine. Submarine? The wetlands proved to be drier than we had anticipated. Uh-huh, so you need me to recover the booze. Where do you want me to take it? You may retain the booze as your recompense. Our only requisition is that it not be acquired by prohibition agents, for fear that they may discover our fingerprints upon it. Ah yeah, glass bottles do take fingerprints pretty readily. The bottles as well, yes, that is an excellent point. He gives you directions to the wrecked submarine. The mob submarine, on the way there. I'm guessing we're... Yeah. Like, we'll go, we'll stop here, and that's easy to do. We'll just collect some fibers. Yep, whatever. Mob submarine. Well, until next time, my name is Bright Ops. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.